I was looking for inspiration to write a story or something beautiful to share with you today. And as I was sitting there, I was singing a James Taylor song. Shower the people you love with love. Show them the way you feel. You know the song probably. And I'm like, I don't have any ideas today. And then I'm like, wait a minute. You're singing your idea. And that's a line that I've always loved. Shower the people you love with love. Show them the way you feel. Things are going to be much better, and you know they will. And it's simple, it's gentle, but you know what? It's profoundly true. Because love changes everything, and my wife shows me that more than anybody in my life. Most of us live life in fast forward. We rush from one thing to another, from text to task, right? From paycheck to pressure. We're constantly trying to keep up, trying to fix, and trying to prove. But somewhere in that noise, we lose track of the people who mean the most to us. We forget that life isn't measured in the things we accomplish. It's measured in the love that we give. Jesus said in John 13, verse 35, "By this everyone will know that you are my disciples, if you love one another." That is so simple, isn't it? And it wasn't a suggestion, it was a command. Because love is how the world sees Jesus, through you. And when Jesus walked among us, his love was radical. It wasn't polite or cautious. It was bold, uncomfortable, and unconditional. He touched the untouchable. He noticed the invisible. He forgave the unforgivable. He didn't wait for people to deserve love. He gave it freely. He didn't love to get something back. He loved because that's who he was. Think of the woman caught in adultery, trembling in the dust as men ready to throw stones. Jesus didn't lecture her. He didn't shame her. He knelt beside her. He met her where she was and not where others said she should be. And with just one sentence, "Neither do I condemn you," he showed her with he showered her with a kind of love that washed away her guilt and gave her a brand new life. You see, that's the kind of love that God calls us to. A love that lifts, not labels. A love that covers, not condemns. Friends, it's a love that heals and does not hurt. But sometimes we assume people know we love them. We think, hey, they already know. I don't need to say it every time I see them or every time I leave them. But love unspoken is love unfinished. Your spouse needs to hear it. Your kids need to feel it. Your parents need to be reminded, and your friends need to see it in your actions. You see, don't wait for the perfect moment, because perfect moments rarely come along. Say it now. Show it now. Forgive now. Because every "I love you," every hug, every kind word, they're raindrops of grace that soak the soil of someone's soul. And the truth is, you never know what your love prevents. You may never know whose dark night your kindness ends. But God knows. And he uses every act of love to do something eternal. So let's be honest. Loving people isn't always easy, right? I know you may be thinking that right now. Doug, this sounds fantastic, but some people have wounded us, and others test every ounce of patience we have. But remember this. Love isn't about their perfection. It's about your obedience. Jesus didn't just love the people who praised him. He loved the people who betrayed him. From the cross, he looked at those who nailed him there and said, "Father, forgive them." That's love at its purest. You know what? That's love without limits. And when you choose to love like that, to love through hurt, through misunderstanding, and through pride, that's when you look most like Jesus. So here's what many people miss. When you love others deeply, you don't just heal them, you also heal yourself. Because love unclenches the fists of your heart. It breaks down bitterness and it melts resentment. It reminds you that grace isn't something you give because people deserve it. It's something you give because you've received it. And when you pour out love, you make space for God to pour in peace. So if your heart feels heavy, start loving people again. If you're lonely, go encourage someone. If you're hurting, be kind to someone who's hurting too. Because that's how healing multiplies, through love that moves outward. And yes, things will get better, but not instantly, and it may not be perfect. But love has a way of turning pain into purpose and ashes into beauty. And when you forgive, you release yourself. When you show compassion, you sow peace. When you love like Jesus, you create ripples that reach eternity. You can't outgive God, and every drop of love you pour into others comes back in blessings you can't even imagine. So today, I'm going to ask you to make a choice. Call the person you've been avoiding. Say the words you've been holding back. Hold your family a little tighter. Pray for the one who wronged you. And tell someone, really tell them that you love them. Because one day, all the trophies, titles, and possessions will fade. But the love you gave will echo in heaven. So, go ahead. Shower the people you love with love. Show them the way you feel. Because when you do, something sacred happens. You stop living for yourself, and you start living like Jesus. And when you live like Jesus, hearts change, families heal, and the world becomes just a little brighter. Just a little. Love out loud, friends. Love without limits, and love like him. And I always try to live by example. And, you know, my wife sits here next to me as I do all these videos. Honey, I love you. It's that easy. It's just that easy. Go to someone in your house right now that you care about. Tell them you love them. And God bless you, my friends.